Hello, my name is Kathy, and I want to welcome you to my website. Since my daughter's been incarcerated at Lowell Correctional, I have become an advocate for incarcerated women in Florida. These women are subject to psychological abuse, medical neglect, and sometimes sexual abuse. When you're beat down every day, called names, treated less than, like you don't matter, actually told that you don't matter, and just basically being broke down, then they expect you to come out and do well. You have to be a really strong person to overcome that. Most of the women, in fact, all of the women that I have talked to about their prison experience, they all have PTSD. Even years later, they're still coping with their experience in prison. So these women go in broken. The system breaks them down some more, and then they leave more broken than when they went in. But then they expect them to do well, and then wonder why the recidivism rate is so high. It just mind-boggling, really. So I hope you watch the video stories about their personal experiences being in prison and also families' experience. We need to raise awareness. Your tax dollars, my tax dollars, are going to abuse. And is that what we want? There's no meaningful programs, rehab programs in the prison. The women are just, there's so many women that have absolutely nothing to do. You cannot get into a program unless you have 5 years or less. So the women that have 5 years or more are pretty much left to themselves. My daughter is lucky because she's a canteen worker, so she can keep busy, but most of the women have nothing to do. Now, they are coming out with tablets, which the women can play games on, possibly watch movies, and that's all fine and well, but that should not replace rehab programs. And also, what about the indigent inmates? They can't help it if their families can't afford to get them a tablet. What are they supposed to do? It's like everybody gets Christmas but you. So I will be doing a fundraiser for tablets for indigent women. And so I'm just asking everybody to have some compassion, some empathy for these women that have made a mistake. We've all made mistakes. And some of us have made big mistakes and just never got caught. Most of the women's crimes are fueled by drug addiction, as my daughter's, or mental health issues, or both. Most of them are going to come out and be somebody's neighbor, possibly your neighbor. So, what do we want for them? What do we hope for them? Are, to me, it's like, who are we as human beings? Are we human beings that have compassion and empathy for each other? Or are we human beings that judge and lock them up and throw away the key? They don't deserve nutritious food. They don't deserve this. They shouldn't have that. And thus the recidivism rate is very high. So, we have to open our hearts to the least among us and do something about this because it's wrong. Sometimes I feel like I'm living in a third world country, that this is going on and nobody cares, nobody does anything. And one of the reasons is because the prison system in Florida has absolutely no oversight. They don't have a commission or a group that goes in and makes sure that, everything's as it should be, someone the inmates can talk to if they're being abused. There's none of that. Everything is hushed up, swept under the rug. There was just a chaplain that was walked off the compound for allegedly having sex with the inmates, and he'd been there since 2013. How does this happen? And you don't know? All the inmates knew. They've known. So, things like this are going on, and, I don't know. It can get so discouraging because I just don't understand. I don't understand how some human beings can treat other human beings in such a cruel manner and think it's okay just because they're inmates. So please watch the video stories. The women and men that did the video stories are very brave to share their experiences. And as you will see, one of the main issues, on top of all the others, is medical neglect. So please watch them. Please share with your friends and neighbors. We need to raise awareness about what's going on behind those walls. Thank you.